Hey guys, right now we're going to do dumbbell stack number 5. So once again, as we like to do, we do a pulling movement and a leg movement, or sometimes we call it level change, but it can just be a leg related movement, and then we do a pushing movement. This stack is a little different. It's more of an assistance stack where you do more assistance exercises. The ones that precede this ones, this dumbbell stack number 1, dumbbell stack number 2. These are the important ones. But this one is a fun one to do. So it involves, for a pull, it involves the shrug, okay? So you can either just come straight up and down, or you can actually lift the elbows and then shrug. And you can actually get a slight variation where you actually elevate the elbows to the back and then more pinch in that kind of angle rather than straight up. So it's more lift the elbows, squeeze the back, and then come back down again. And then we're going to do a side bend. You've seen people do that in the gym. You want to be upright, bending to the side. Sometimes you see people elevate the elbows a little bit. You don't have to do that. And then we do a calf raise. Now, what you might want to do is you can actually take 2 little plates that you see in the gym, like a 5-pound or 10-pound plate, and you can place your feet on top so that the front part of your foot is elevated. So you can see it's already placed my calf in a stretched position. So that when you actually come up into a calf raise and come back down, this is the stretched position, and then you're doing your calf raise. Obviously it's not quite as high as this, it's just a 10-pound or 5-pound plate, but you put your feet on top, okay, both feet, and then you just do your calf raise, but you can also just do it on the flat surface as well. Couple of variations. So on the shrug, for example, if you're going up and down, what I like to do is I like to do the shrug and twist variation, which means I take the weight, I come up into a shrug, hold those upper back muscles squeezed together, okay, and I bend the elbow slightly and I twist. And you want to do it vigorously. You want to actually put the accelerator and the brake, accelerator and brake, brake. You want to suck in this, all the ab muscles, transverse abdominis, this nature's weight belt, as they call it. Okay, you want to hold it in, and you want to twist, and you want to make it big. I don't even need weights, and this is actually working. Okay, and you want to hold that. Now, the actual shrug position for some people with shoulder injuries and issues might not work. This tends to cause an irritation for some people because, in a sense, it might feel like, or it's almost like it's pushing out of the socket. So it might not work for people with injuries or sensitive shoulders. The other variation which might work is the elevate the elbows and squeeze to the back. That's the variation. And the twist can also be done separately. You just hold the weight instead of shrugging, and you want to just bend the elbows slightly, because you don't want to lock those elbows and cause a hyperextended movement which causes pain to the elbows. So you can have a slight bend. And once again, you want to have a strong stance and be vigorous in this. Vigorous. Make sure it's all here. Keep the knees. Don't let the knees move too much. You see how my knees and my legs are pretty much planted. It's this twist, this core movement that's working. Okay? And then the calf raise, once again, you can elevate the front part of your feet, or you can just do it like this. Now the variation of the calf raise is to actually hold the weights, elevate, and you can actually walk with them, and you can actually count the number of steps you want to do. So if you have a heavy weight and you know you can do 50 steps, hopefully you have a bigger circle than this, but that's the idea. It's to work on gait. You can walk down a corridor, turn around, and walk back as if you're on high heels. Let's take a look at some of the movements. So, regular shrug. Shrug and twist will look like this. I can't go too fast because this is quite heavy weights, but that's okay. I'm still controlling it with my back, core, arms. Okay, good. The other variation is elbows up in the back, squeeze the back. Elbows up, squeeze. All right, let's take a look at the calf raise. Coming up. And you can get a little bit of hang time at the top if you like. Good. And if you want to do it's basically what they call a farmer's walk on tippy toes. So I'm walking. Bit of a challenge when it gets a little heavier. Okay. Safer to walk in a straight line. When you take a turn, it might be tricky on the knees. So that's something that you could try. Now let's try the side bend. So once again, you want to have the knees, the legs stationary but strong. Nice rooted position. Legs are the tree trunk. Okay? You want to be quite vigorous. Create some of that healthy tension. Okay, side to side. Don't lean forward and don't lean back. Side to side. Good. And another thing, you will see some people elevating the elbow. Once again, that might be tricky for some people with shoulder injuries. If you're using a heavy enough weight, this probably will be enough. So as far as a rep range, you can do 8 and 10 on either side. So it's a total of either 16 or 20. Same with the calf raise, 8 to 10. Difficult reps, meaning it doesn't have to necessarily be to failure, but it should be challenging because we want to go for a balance between strength and conditioning. So not super heavy that you can only do 3 and not so light that you can do 22. We're floating in that middle ground, 8 to 10. A nice balance between strength and conditioning. And as far as the shrug and twist, okay, this, once again, 10 each side, so it would be a total of 20 reps. All right, guys, happy training.